welcome Dr. Cheng to deliver his speech today. Dr. Cheng, please. Michael Cheng?
Yes.
Your time.
Right here, right here. Good. Right. Well, thank you, Fabiola and Alan. Hello, everyone. Today, I'm going to introduce two chapters published in Clinical Engineering Handbook, presenting two frameworks on medical device safety and optimal outcomes. Since these frameworks are highly condensed, I shall only outline their key messages and significance. And hopefully in future sessions, co-authors of these chapters will present more details. In short, chapter 53 presents an essential 3 steps to ensure patient safety. And from these same 3 steps based on safety, we expand it into a 3-stage framework that includes optimal outcomes. These are frameworks of systems within systems. They have a long history of development since 1984, and these are outlined in chapter 49's appendix. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Now, the next slide is, I think, is a list of the 2 landmark documents from which these 2 chapters are evolved. Have you got the second slide that lists those 2 landmark documents? Yeah, that's it here. Now, the 2 landmark documents are the World Health Organization Medical Device Regulation and the World Bank on Medical Device Policies. And these are all available on their websites, and you can Google them for your own information. Next slide, please. Now we come right into these 3 essential steps to ensure patient safety. Step 1, the majority of the public focus on regulatory approval. This follows the tradition of drugs. However, drugs have a much greater safety margin when cleared by the regulator because of the rigorous testing before release to the market. It is unrealistic to expect devices to be regulated like drugs. Medical devices regulations are based on risk classification, and lower risk devices are not tested at all. Drugs depend mainly on active ingredients for outcomes. A device depends on how it is used for outcomes. So the user interface between a device and its outcome requires 2 additional steps by the user to ensure patient safety. Now, here in step 2, it is important to note that step 1 does not, the regulation does not cover the unique environmental and human factors that will affect a particular user. So the user must understand the specifications of the device, of the marketed device, and decide whether the marketed product is still safe in the user's contextual situation. For example, a device may no longer be safe to use in extremely extreme temperature condition or humidity conditions. A device designed for use in calm patient wards may not be safe if used in emergency or operating rooms. Some devices may require teamwork with extensive training. In medical device incidents, adverse events, as mentioned, presented by Nicolas, the term use error is very important in medical devices. It is not anyone's fault resulting in medical error, but a system fault resulting from incompatible environmental and human factors for medical devices. So use context assessment is an essential second step before you adopt certain medical devices. Now moving on to step 3 in utilization stage. Again, we should realize that medical device regulation mandates only manufacturers to preserve device quality in packaging and even transportation up to product delivery to the users. After delivery, however, it is the user who must take up the responsibility to preserve the quality of devices in use, to practice safe use, and to monitor device performance. Now, we see these are all basic duties of clinical engineering day in and day out. So, based on global medical device regulatory principles, this 3 steps framework is a powerful demonstration of the essential work of clinical engineering in healthcare facilities to ensure device quality and patient safety. Regulators or policymakers cannot deny this demonstration. I have presented this to the FDA, CDR, the medical device department, and also the Health Canada. None of them denied this, and they agree with this. So clinical engineers can use this framework to gain high-level military health recognition.
Excuse me, Dr. Cheng, you may need to hurry up.
Sorry?
Speed up. We are behind the schedule, so you may need to hurry up.
Oh,
You're halfway through your allotted time, Michael. Thank you.
Sure, right. Good. Now, so with these same 3 steps, we then, by including management elements, next slide, please. So we include other management elements. The 3-step safety scheme expands to become a 3-stage generalized system management framework. And this condensed holistic framework can be linked to all relevant activities in the commercial lifespan of medical device utilization. If we look closely, this management framework is actually a graphic implementation of the World Health Assembly Resolution 60.29. It can serve, the framework can serve as educational framework for all stakeholders to recognize the complex role of clinical engineering. And in this step 3, very important is the good management practice, which if you see into the detail of this chapter, the 10 essential elements are based on quality management system concepts, the ISO 9000. They consist of essential elements that can be applied, adapted to different situations from a single workshop into a hospital's complete engineering department. This good management practice is taught in Pretoria University in South Africa and used by a South Korean group to help low-resource countries managing medical devices. Now, in terms of, you see that, the next slide, please. This framework actually link the HDR, HTA, and HDM you often hear to some compact frameworks to ensure patient safety and optimal outcome. This framework has been recognized by a recent very high-level European healthcare policy journal. It's the Improving Healthcare Quality in Europe. And again, the reference is given to you. You can Google that for reference. Now, let me leave the leadership principle for you. Just go to the last slide. Proposal for CED. Please move on to the last slide. Last slide, please.
1 minute left, Dr. Cheng.
Okay, I just like to point out that during the first Global Clinical Engineering Summit in 2015, there were the conclusion of two needs from clinical engineers. One is the need for great recognition from the Ministry of Health level. Can you move to the next slide? The last slide? The last one. Move on. Yeah, that's it. So that's the first one is the need for great CE, HDM recognition by the Ministry of Health level. And then the second one is to improve the education of both initial and throughout the career. Now, here I would suggest to the clinical engineering committee group that these two frameworks will address these two needs. And I would propose that the community goes through this presentation and also the chapters which given in detail, and then bring in common suggestions to CED to collect, and then we could answer those in future sessions, as well that we eventually can collaboratively improve this framework and use them to help ourselves and colleagues in low-resource countries worldwide. This is my proposal, and we can work on the detail how this can work. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Cheng. 3 essential steps to ensure patient safety, namely product safety assessment, use context assessment, environment and human factors, and safe use and management, and furthermore, it expands to become a 3-stage generalized system management framework with patient safety first principle is very well summarized and highlighted. And now